Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Plotlines. I'm your host, Connor, and today we're going to talk about Harry Potter and Catholicism and moral conflicts within them. This is going to be a new series on Plotlines where I go through different elements of Harry Potter and discuss how they work within Catholicism, where there are problems, where there are good qualities, and we basically see how maybe we could make it work or fix it, or sort of just point out the fact that these things are do not fit the morality of the Catholic worldview.
Word from our affiliate, Bishop Sheen Rosaries. You've probably worn through the chain of your cheap plastic rosary. Other rosaries simply can't stand up to the wear and tear of everyday life. Bishop Sheen rosaries are made of solid metal beads and paracord to withstand any condition, and are backed with a lifetime warranty. Upgrade your rosary to a Bishop Sheen rosary made to fit your lifestyle, or buy one for a friend. Each rosary sold supplies 2 weeks of food for a school kid in Uganda. You use the exclusive link down below to help support our efforts here at Plotlines. The link will take you to sheenrosaries.com. Be sure to use the code Plotlines10
and give Catholic readers of Harry Potter an understanding that not everything is, as it seems in Harry Potter, as many people would like it to be, especially since I know a lot of people my age have a very, healthy or not healthy, not unhealthy either, but like an appreciation for the books. And I have a decent appreciation of the books myself as well as the movies. I know many of my Catholic brethren will find my interest in Harry Potter annoying or, repulsive to them, but I think it's important to confront the good aspects of the book series, the merits, as well as the flaws within the series, so we can get a holistic approach. I think it can be counterintuitive to sort of throw everything off as demonic or especially I you know especially something that is so widely known and is not fully embraced as complete evil or anything like that. I think we should look at it for good and bad. Now, the topic today is euthanasia. So, for everyone to understand sort of the where we're discussing euthanasia in the book, um, Dumbledore asked Severus Snape to kill to kill himself, to kill his boss, as he is currently as Snape is undercover within the Death Eaters, working for Voldemort. Dumbledore knows this, and Dumbledore wants to use this as to his advantage. This is clearly euthanasia. I will go into why a little more, but so so the sort of situation is Draco Malfoy is supposed to kill Dumbledore, and Dumbledore is already well damaged by a curse on his hand from a ring that was also a Horcrux. And basically he is going to die. Dumbledore is going to die sooner than later, within a year most likely, of the situation, and he asks Snape to kill him so Draco Malfoy doesn't have to kill him. And the reasoning for this is that he does not want Draco to murder, because he is worried and does not want the soul of Draco Malfoy to be broken, since he has a current from the book logic, he has a full soul. He has a complete soul. It's not broken. And in the books, you just break his soul up by killing somebody. And I think the horrible nature of murder in this and is perfectly well established, this is obviously something that is correct, is that, murder is damaging to the soul. But yes, so it's really quite interesting because Snape doesn't want to do it at first. He thinks if Dumbledore wants to or is ready to die, then just let it happen. And most likely this is arguably the better situation. But and he even argues that, what about his soul? And I think this passage from the Deathly Hallows shows sort of the problem. Uh, so Snape says, so it's, if you don't mind dying, said Snape roughly, why not let Draco do it? That boy's soul is not yet so damaged, said Dumbledore. I would not have it ripped apart on my account. And my soul, Dumbledore? Mine? That's Snape. You alone know whether it will harm your soul to help an old man avoid pain and humiliation, said Dumbledore. I said this one great favor of you. I asked this one great favor of you, Severus, because death is coming for me as surely as the Chudley Cannons will finish bottom of this year's league. I confess I should prefer a quick, painless exit to the protracted and messy affair it will be if, for instance, Greyback is involved. I hear Voldemort has recruited him. Or dear Bellatrix, who likes to play with her food before she eats it. So, this is where I think Dumbledore becomes even a worse character in this situation, a worse situation. He is proclaiming his cowardice. He is showing that he does not want to die, and he is willing to sacrifice Snape's soul, the health of Snape's soul, for his own fear of death and his fear of torture. I guess he doesn't fear death in the strictest of sense. He's fine with dying. He knows he's going to die. And unlike Voldemort, who does not want to die and is unwilling to die, in a sense, he is avoiding the pain of death, the pain that comes with, and no one likes that. He's trying to free himself of the pain on Earth, and this is wrong. This is taking away the struggles that you are put through in order to set yourself up to be welcomed into, hopefully, purgatory or heaven. But euthanasia, having Snape kill Dumbledore, is a betrayal of that. And it's the opposite of Dumbledore's character for the most part. This is the opposite of bravery. This is cowardice. This is exactly what and even Snape's cowardice as well for accepting this. This is absolutely terrible. Dumbledore should totally accept the embarrassment of dying a cruel death if that's what happens. Also, Malfoy shouldn't be given a pass. Malfoy, there's two ways to think about this, is that, he's being forced to do this, so he's being coerced, so it's not really his fault to begin with. But the most courageous thing that Draco could do, instead of killing Dumbledore, is refuse to, which arguably he does. Even in the Half-Blood Prince, he does not he does not let them force the Death Eaters. He does not let Dumbledore or Voldemort force him to kill Dumbledore, his teacher. And even though he's never really liked Dumbledore or anything, but but this isn't innate to him. This isn't something that he wants to do. This is something that's being forced on him, or he'll die. The Voldemort will kill him. But the greatest sacrifice would be a sacrifice of yourself. Draco has the opportunity to do so, and I think Dumbledore is trying to take that away from him. It's a perfect example to see exactly who Draco is and exactly his worth. No one likes to be in that situation, but I think it would have been an interesting thing to see. Does Draco would Draco completely go against the Dark Lord? Would he switch sides? What would happen? And arguably, even when Snape makes the unbreakable vow, because in the Half-Blood Prince he makes the unbreakable vow to basically protect Draco and to carry out his mission, which Draco's mission is to kill Dumbledore. But of course, Draco's doing this, or Snape's doing this already, have committed to killing Dumbledore anyways, because this is before, or this is after Dumbledore has already asked him to do this. Anyway, so basically the Deathly Hallows reveals that this is euthanasia. And even Snape being, I guess, not murdering Dumbledore out of disdain for Dumbledore, or for switching sides, or for trying to help the Dark Lord. He is actually trying to help the good guys in this situation. So I think, obviously it's a better situation, but it's not that much better. It's just murder for a different reason. And Snape has his own redemptive qualities and his own terrible qualities, but this needs to be taken into consideration. And so euthanasia is just another form of murder, where the person is killed is willing to relieve himself of this world and the pain, while the murderer does the work thinking that he has done nothing wrong, which is much harder to repent of. Any doctor who partakes in this is, setting themselves up for a really difficult struggle with themselves, and especially in the aftermath. But, it would have been really impressive to see Snape refuse this offer, or Draco to, turn against the Dark Lord, or, or even have to come to grips with him, being weak. And he is weak, but weirdly, Draco in the books is weak in the, like, at least in a courageous sense, almost like him not wanting to kill Dumbledore is the most courageous. He just doesn't. He's not allowed to do the rest of it. He's just covered by Snape's murder of Dumbledore. Tolkien in the Silmarillion states that rebellion cannot be fought by rebellion. And I think that's important in the situation, and people need to understand that euthanasia, for quote unquote greater good or a good cause or something, is not worth it. It's not good. It is repulsive to the Catholic faith. And Snape's participation with Dumbledore on this is truly horrifying. So, as I say, as for a children's book, I don't think Harry Potter should be read by children. I think they're much too impressionable for that. I think it is a book that people should look at for what it is. You can look at things like the Iliad, the Odyssey, all these different types of books, and see horrible things. I mean, the Bible has horrible things happen in it too, but you have to look at it through the lens of what is bad and where bad is, and this part is bad. So I don't think kids could be necessarily reading Harry Potter unless parents are going through it with their kids, pointing out the bad parts, the places where the story may say that, oh, this is fine, but it's not. Or but also I would like to point out that the parents that don't let their kids read Harry Potter, and I'm not going to disagree with them or anything like that, they should realize that their kids are probably the least susceptible to these bad things, to corruption from Harry Potter, and because most of Harry Potter is fine, not corrupting, but it is definitely has corruptive elements, and those elements are way less effective on kids that their parents who have been, teaching them the Catholic faith and want them to be strong in their faith. Anyways, so hopefully you guys have learned something and gotten something from that, and maybe thought about this sort of thing in a much, different way. And I hope everyone had a great time. Please like, share, comment below. Just tell me what you think, if you want to see more of these, and how this affects you. Okay.